Mahogany.
What?
Jeff. Nope. Frakes.
Melancholia.
Terrence.
The sad.
Stop trying to copy me. Y'all can't be like me.
And I'm Toker, and I'm delighted.
He loves other people's pain.
Yeah.
True.
Look, I'd rather hang out with someone who's miserable than fake happy. That's.
Ooh, wow.
That's a tough choice.
I feel like you're calling me out here. I mean, I gaslight myself into positivity every day of the week.
No, like that.
You can just stop that.
I'm not going to.
That happy morning person, that chipper.
Oh, the bullshit bubbly.
Bullshit bubbly. Yeah, there it is.
Or bubbly bullshit.
Yeah, if you're listening to your bullshit bubbly, fuck you.
Fuck your innate sense of joy.
And if you want to tell me to go fuck myself, you can direct message me through Patreon at the $5 tier.
And it's not an innate sense of joy. Terrence, we're talking about the people who falsify their joy.
Oh. That's even worse, I guess. Yeah.
You're too lazy to do that, Terrence.
That's true. All my emotions are 100% pure. You get the uncut Terrence no matter what. No matter
Pure moods with Terrence.
Terrence.
The uncut Terrence. That sounds like a euphemism for a foreskin.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't really think the metaphor through, I guess.
Yeah. What's it like? Oh, it's an uncut Terrence.
Is that what Uncut Gems is about?
Yes, it's about diamonds with foreskin on them.
Still can't bring myself to watch that.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I can't watch a lot of Adam Sandler stuff. I just don't like seeing him anymore.
Wait,
Did you watch Spaceman?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of worth it. It's also very, very weird.
Is this like one of his Punch Drunk Love kind of movies where it's
Weirder.
The Cobbler?
There is a CGI space spider voiced by Dan or Paul Dano.
okay?
The Riddler?
Yeah. It's strange. And even after the movie, I was like, I'm not sure how much I enjoyed it, but I think it was worth watching.
The Riddler. Oh, right. Yeah, he was in The Batman, which had the Penguin and
That was Paul Dano, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm Kevining tonight, apparently.
Mhm.
Paul Dano looks like the adult version of every child actor.
His face, even like this is, even when I'm looking at him, I still don't recognize him.
Mhm.
It's too soft. The
It's a
edges are too
strange-
round.
It's a strange phenomenon because, like, he was like, "Oh, that's Paul Dano," and I was like, "Who's that?" And he was like, "He was the Riddler." I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember the movie, but I can't remember his face."
When you ask me who Paul Dano is, I always say Swiss Army Man, not the corpse.
Yeah, well, that, and I can't remember that guy's face.
'Cause that's when I learned who Paul Dano was. I'd seen him a lot, but it wasn't until Swiss Army Man that his name became embedded and connected to his face. Because I
that's
love that
because
movie.
He plays opposite the lead, Daniel Radcliffe, who is a corpse.
He's
Uh-huh.
the titular Swiss Army Man.
He is the Swiss Army Man, and he
I
is
just wanted
the
to say
lead.
titular.
But that's, to me, Mahogany, that sounds like Paul Dano has the perfect hitman face.
Paul
I mean,
Dano-
for me, absolutely. If you're going to commit a crime in front of me, you should definitely have
Never
his
see
face.
him coming. Never.
I will not know. I will not be able to give you any.
Sit you down in front of the cop sketch artist, and you're just like, it was Paul Dano. And the cop goes, we'll never find this person.
Yeah.
He looks like everybody.
Wait, who-
To me, he looks like the kid in fourth grade who wore the brown corduroys and the flannel shirt and smelled real weird.
That's twice I feel like I'm being called out today.
Mhm.
For the record, my brown corduroys smelled that way because when I was out in the sandbox, I knelt down in cat shit because apparently there were cats on the playground.
Well, I mean, if you're going to put out a big box of sand, you're going to get cats. That's just how it
Yeah.
works.
course, they didn't bother covering it at night.
I know it's a little late to bring this up, but my character, Valgorth, he poops that way.
In sand?
Yeah, he turns around a lot in one spot, then he digs a little hole, and he's got the uni hole. Like a bird does. I don't know the scientific term for it,
Cloaca.
but cloaca. He pees and shits at the same time. It comes out real yolky.
Gross.
Why? Why would you say that?
Well, now I'm curious. Is it a forceful yolk, or is it like more of a dribble?
Just the hole opens and it comes out like a partially cooked egg. That's how I've always pictured it. I wrote it in my backstory, Terrence. You didn't read. I sent you.
I don't want to read about pages. Your carbonara caca.
This is how my lizard man poops, just in case. You need an adventure hook for episode 30.
Put details like that in your background. I'm going to read them, but I will hold it against you.
As long as you make use of it.
Yeah.
That's why it's there. It's there in the story to make use of.
Well, we were in the car chase. I was like, look, right now I can either do what's in my rules, blood squirt with the eyes at the driver, but I was real close to being like, can I yoke him? Terrence, let me yoke this guy? I don't have stats for that, but it's in my backstory.
Was that just a test to see if Terrence had read your backstory?
Yeah, and I wasn't ready for the heartbreak or the letdown when he says, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you could have been really let down. You're going to be especially let down now if you try it, Gus.
It's never coming up again.
Yeah. I feel like I can get it in once tonight.
You know what? I think Drow also have cloaca.
Drow do not have cloaca.
Oh. What a nerdy thing to laugh about.
Maybe the elves that have wings do. I've never really thought about that, but
Strixes then, huh?
Yeah.
They're not elves. They're just shitty little guys with wings.
They look exactly like Drow with wings. Look at the art.
I don't look at the art.
They're described as Drow with wings.
Eyes are for Nazis, and I don't have them.
That's why they call them Nazis.
Because it's an I, not a C.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I appreciate the attempt, Toker, to make that joke funny.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I was very confused myself.
I peeked at how a lizard shits. Let's.
He overextended himself. That's what happened. It was like,
I don't even know if y'all were laughing. I was, as I was telling it. That's all that matters.
I laughed. I thought it was dumb, but I laughed.
Yeah, I laughed at you laughing.
I knew it was dumb.
I didn't laugh at your joke. I laughed at you.
Oh, fuck you. Go back to your cat shit box.
That was a true story. That was trauma from my childhood.
Yeah.
I just
You
for
have
everybody.
They made you wear brown corduroys.
Yeah, they swished when I ran.
Oh God, I was already thought when you first mentioned corduroys, that's all I could think about.
The noise they make.
How over time the little corduroy ridges got worn down because of the swishing back and forth.
Yep.
God, I hated corduroys.
Yep.
They
The worst
dope.
pant.
I think the worst pant was the Jinko cords. Those looked like you're wearing like heavy drapes.
Oh my.
Thank God I never could afford them or wanted to.
Wait, they made Jinkos and corduroy?
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing. I don't believe it till I see it. Somebody share that screen.
With this new fabric, Jinkos, when you walk through a puddle, now the water goes past your knee all the way.
It sucks up like a straw, straight to your crotch.
Mm-hmm.
I remember owning several pairs of Jinkos.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Moneybags. Mahogany, did you wear Jinkos?
Yeah.
Jesus, God, I was poor.
The 90s.
I had Jinkos, but I probably had like those knockoff Jinkos that were like you get them at the flea market or whatever. They said Jinko, but the font was not quite right.
Mm.
It was with a G.
And then I like the Lee pipes too. Those were good.
I had
for
several
a
pairs
nice-
of Paco jeans, which is not me making up a thing. It was every
I had
pair came with
Pacos.
a wallet on a chain, a Velcro wallet on a chain.
Because you needed the chain to pull the wallet out of how deep that pocket was.
Yeah, but they weren't wide like Jinkos, and you couldn't fit a whole 2-liter in the pocket. They were just a little baggier, but they were way cheaper.
Yeah, movie theaters are very glad Jinkos went out of style.
Yeah, I had a buddy with Jinkos. He put a 2-liter in the left, and he put both of our Subway sandwiches in the right. We go in there and eat dinner.
And you know what's funny? Now, movie theaters don't give a shit if you bring a whole chicken dinner in.
I was gonna say, like, that's basically what my mom used to do. She would have a whole lot of food just wrapped up in tinfoil.
The
In her
tinfoil is
purse.
real rude.
Yeah, it's super quiet.
The other movie. You
But
actually,
that way,
you should have gone with
Tinfoil's not
wax
loud.
paper, just something real crinkly.
but that way, when you stick your finger in someone's mouth when you're trying to find your seat, it tastes like something.
Ugh. Gotta love telling that story to people.
It's like honey
It's
mustard.
a great story.
I think my favorite response is when I told it to the other group and hear Matt go, "Oh, you pet a lot of dogs, huh?"
Oh no.
That's fucking terrible. All right, let's actually play, I guess.
I was just going to say real quick before we start playing, best movie theater food is boiled peanuts.
You know, you'd
For
think they'd
you,
serve
not
them
for the
around
person who
here.
has to sweep up.
No, you put that shit in a bag like an adult.
Well, peanuts in the movie theater are great because there's a possibility you'll kill a child.
Yeah.
Well, that's every
But-
time you go to the theater. You don't need boiled peanuts. Especially if you're a person of size like myself. You sit in the wrong place, you're a murderer.
Mhm. I sat on a baby once. Anyhow, twice at the same time. I thought the chair was lumpy.
It squirmed for a minute, but just a minute.
I did. It's a 10-year-old. I sat on a sleeping baby. They had it covered up to keep it quiet. And I sat right on it.
It wasn't quiet very long.
No, I woke right up.
Wait, a 10-year-old had a sleeping baby with? No, you were 10.
I was 10.
Got it.
And they were giving out dinner, and the baby was asleep on the couch, and they put a blanket over the baby.
Oh,
so
did
it
you
would
do like
sleep.
the little kid thing where you just run up and throw yourself back on the couch? Like,
No, yeah, I sat down hard, had a plate full of food. I was excited. You sat on the baby. Whoops. Spaghetti's good.
It'll be stronger now.
good thing your bones are all rubbery. Well, this one's is. Right. Anyway, we were playing Raiders of the Lark 2.0. When last we left off, the group was making a daring frontal assault on the Imperial Palace on the throne world of the Presleskinar Empire. After battling 2 security robots of pretty large size, you decided to make a break inside. You got a message from Andy, who is carrying the marshal with her, that there's a lot of troops converging in and around the throne room, and she forwarded you some maps that she got. Let's see. What do you guys want to do?
I'm ruffling in the fact that I killed that last robot.
Okay.
We want to continue storming the castle, having fun while we do so. Make our way to the throne room, right? We're trying to depose the emperor.
Yeah.
The
Let's
fastest way.
complete this task.
Yeah. And the fastest way to dispose a sitting member of the monarchy is with a bullet.
How do you want to proceed? Like I said, they're gathering pretty much all their defense around the throne room, and you've been forwarded a map of the facility.
Studying the map, is there any spot that looks like weakness or does the throne room swivel and there's a secret passageway behind it?
Let's see. Make a computers check. Is it computers? Yeah, I guess computers would be the most apt thing if you're just using a piece of technology.
19.
19.
Hand the tablet to Grimjax.
Forward it to all of you.
15 plus 18.
All right.
33. 43. 33.
33.
Grimjax, you begin scanning the map and you notice that there are parts of the map missing. Or rather, not missing, but just not labeled. Like there are halls and corridors that go to somewhere below the palace. And you find halls and corridors that begin out of nowhere on the other side of this basically blank space on your maps.
I'll highlight those areas on our maps.
All right.
We'll go through redacted.
Yeah, you find there's basically a redacted portion of the public map that you have. Andy gives you like what she was able to like do a quick scan on their sensors here, and you get a general idea of where the troops are amassing, and you see that it's going to be an incredibly long slog if you intend to fight your way all the way through down there, through to the throne room. A possibility. Some of you may die, of course, but it's a possibility. There just is an alternate route if you choose to take it.
Yeah, and Grimjax is smart enough to extrapolate from incomplete data that these pathways lead the direction we want to go.
Well, no, guys, I'm going to go. I suggest y'all go that way, and I'm going to go this way.
Before we do all this running around, what are we looking like stamina-wise?
I didn't take a hit.
I'm down 20 out of 63. I'm down 20 points out of 63 points.
Okay.
How are you looking? You're the one that got hit a bunch, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm just over half stamina.
Let's take an 8-hour rest and then.
I mean, do we need 10 minutes? Do we have 10 minutes?
Well, you don't have 10 minutes where you're standing, because as you look up, you can see the electronic shield that was over the palace grounds itself begins to power down. You see it sort of melting away towards its generators as you see a number of small craft coming in for a landing or on the palace grounds themselves from the upper atmosphere.
We need to get to these hidden tunnels before we take any kind of breaks.
Well, let's go then.
All right.
Maybe we can come up with some sort of disguise.
Jeff, was your ploy a joke, or were you just
Oh yeah, it was a joke.
Okay, I didn't know if you actually had a plan.
I will say it jokingly. Well, Android doesn't actually joke.
Your android doesn't joke.
Just because we're in a hurry, I'm going to hit you, Wheat, with 13 stamina.
Yeah, hit her.
Thank
She likes
you.
that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is like, do we need to do that, or will we have time for that? But that works.
Yeah, I rewind time a little bit to make you younger than you were.
A little fresher. Appreciate it.
All right. You begin moving your way into the palace grounds proper and cut off from the main path pretty quickly into what appears to be a servants' corridor for the most part. Winding your way through that, you do see that you do detect the presence of cameras and whatnot, and you get a message from Andy. She says, I'm ahead of you a bit. I've been using the cameras here in the halls. I can isolate certain areas and gain control of them, but the computer here is extremely, I don't know how to say it, willful. Thankfully, it is otherwise occupied with the basically, is there an invasion force landing outside the ship, outside the palace?
I
Yep.
believe so. And a defense. The Imperial ships are also landing.
That makes much more sense. All right, yes.
Should I stealth and take all the cameras out that I come across, or should we just go?
If you stay on the path you're on, you should be fine, at least for the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
You should find me and the marshal waiting at the end of the corridor. I'm kind of stuck.
And we go to save our stuck companion from the washing machine.
God damn it.
Thank you for picking up what I was putting down.
It's the porn references that always get me. I don't know why.
It's the subtle porn references. It's when they're blatant that it's just like, oh, come on.
No, I'm easily entertained. You make your way to the end of the corridor, down a couple flights of stairs, and finally you get to where Andy is waiting for you in front of a sealed door, decloaked, and the marshal he's off her back, but leaning against the wall. One of his legs has mostly grown in. It's thin, a feeble thing, basically bone covered in skin. He's like, I think my body's running out of nutrients to grow more stuff. I suppose you have a snack on you.
Actually, I had the spell called I think.
Eat!
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Summon spam.
It's like vitamin something. Make a vitamin.
Okay.
I will cast that, and
Quick, we need some yolk.
It creates 7 vitamins.
All right.
One of these meets the eater's food needs for 24 hours and causes the eater to regain 1 hit point. And no creature can regain more than 8 hit points from mega vitamin spells within an hour, 24 hours.
All right. He eats all 7 of them.
It's good berry in space.
Pretty much, yes.
He throws all 7 of the vitamins back and winces as he swallows them down, and then winces again as his metabolism goes back into overdrive, and you can hear his bones growing underneath his skin. But you also see his muscles sort of start filling out a bit more as you are now focusing on Andy and her problem. She said, "Door's sealed. I can't get through it. Computer's got this thing locked down tight." She removed.
I'll plug into the computer.
All right.
Can assist you with engineering, but Valworld might be better than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reach into my pouch and I'll get out or I'll reach into my coat and pull out a squeezy pouch of mashed potatoes and meatloaf and hand it over to the marshal.
All right. Buckled to his knees, he grabs it and just begins devouring eagerly.
Let me know when you need another helping. I've got some more.
33 on the computer check.
All right, 33 on the computer check. What'd you get on the assist?
Natural 20 on the engineering.
All right.
Hell yeah.
You fight a hard battle against the sort of integrated AI into the locking mechanism on this door. Meanwhile, Valgorth pulls open a panel and begins basically fucking shit up to a degree where it begins compensating in those areas, opening more pathways for you to get through. And finally, the door snaps open with a hiss of decompression. you see before you a small foyer with a lot of blurry, clear material at the far end of it, and a number of clean suits hanging on base in little alcoves inside the foyer.
Is the throne room of the Emperor the golden throne whereupon sits the Emperor of humanity, ingesting his 10,000 psychers a day?
No, it's a different game.
Grab a clean suit.
All right.
I'm going to suggest everybody else to grab a clean suit.
Okay.
Oh, good idea. We could use these as disguises.
You are fairly anonymous once you get them on. Like, they cover most of your features, and the material over the faceplates is reflective.
I will also put on life bubble just in case. That way it will, like, if there's any contaminants in air, they won't get inside.
Okay.
I think these are more for us not bringing contaminants in with us.
I agree, but with life bubble, that's the kind of, it works both ways.
All right.
You work both ways.
Everyone suits up. Andy slides one on, despite probably not needing one. Though she probably does have a lot of biological germs on her. So the marshal, now with 2 complete legs, shakily puts one on.
Was he doing the newborn horse?
Yes, he kind of.
I'll give him another pouch of beef stroganoff juice.
All right. He slides it into the clean suit, and you can hear him sucking on it from the other side.
Don't like the way you described that. I don't like the way I described that.
Yeah, the gravy in these things always tastes funny. Valgorth, are you clean suiting up or you're not?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. The clean suit is a little bit awkward on you, as you're shorter than most everyone here, but basically you can hike it up and cinch it at the waist and walk on in.
I don't want to look ridiculous, so never mind. I will not do that. Jeff gave us life bubble. I'll be fine.
All right.
But you will
who's
be
going
a
in first?
target, though.
There's a permeable membrane basically at the other end of the foyer.
I'll go in. I feel like that's kind of my job.
All right, you step into what appears to be a massive biological research facility.
Who's the target now, asshole?
You see row after row of tube-like chambers, each basically harboring a humanoid form inside each one. They are all identical men, though most of their features have not fully developed. You can clearly tell who the person is.
This is supposedly the Emperor.
Incorrect.
Oh.
It is Kreider.
Are there other staff in here?
Yeah, you see a couple of them turn around and go, we got an alert to lock down. Is it over?
No.
I'm staying hidden in the shadows.
Well, what's going on?
An insurrection.
From who? The zombies?
Yes.
Huh? One of them goes over there to a panel and begins typing things in. So this is Researcher 5. Can I get some confirmation on the status of the intrusion? Another voice. Huh?
No, go ahead.
Another voice, almost the exact same voice comes across. It says, Intrusion ongoing. He whips up and turns towards you, says, "They're the intruders!"
Boring conversation
do
anyway.
both voices look like sound like Kreider?
Both do, yes.
Start attacking.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. That's what this gesture is that I'm doing with my hands in this audible,
Doing-
only audio.
Doing finger guns on a audio recording, probably not the best thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in and make your cartoon do the finger guns.
I really should have made, finger guns for the character. Didn't.
I would have
Pew,
used them
pew.
way too much at this point. It's just anytime your character talks, slowly finger guns come.
Yeah, how you have the mouth move when he talks, the fingers would move.
Like Yosemite Sam when he sees the rabbit across the room. He's just pow, 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 pow.
But yeah, I start blasting.
Anyway, so you started blasting.
Can I use my stealth for initiative like this is Pathfinder 2? Because I rolled a really good stealth earlier that you didn't even ask for.
Well, I think you didn't have the stealth if you just didn't go in yet. You could just overheard it, but But anyway, let's do initiative, shall we? Geist.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Finger Guns, I'm ready to shoot.
All the way off. 13.
Thank you. Weepscape.
15.
Essex.
14.
Okay.
Mine is 23, but I am going to. Who would be best out of you three to go first?
Weepskeep.
That's what I was thinking. So, Weep, your initiative's 23 and mine is 15.
Okay, then.
I will swap initiative with my time powers.
All right. And the researchers.
Yeah, I apologize, everybody. I was not in a coming up with bullshit off the top of my head.
Oh, we
Headspace
barely
with
noticed.
Huh?
I tried. I was trying to, but I got nothing.
I wish this wasn't audio so people could see the smoke coming off your forehead. Your brain worked.
Dude,
It's like a car that's never had an oil change.
like ever.
All right.
Check my oil. It's coming out chunky. Wait, no. Jesus. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Come on, man. We got like 2 or 3 episodes left.
He's flabbergasted.
I'm having a day. Let's go.
Weepscape.
Alrighty then. I guess I'm close. Oh, what?
They go for their weapons. You see Geist go for his. Yours, however, more on the ball, thanks to a sudden time warp. What are you doing?
I am going to go to the closest one and smash him in the face.
All right.
That is a 32
To hit?
against EAC. Lovely. Smash him in the face. For 27 damage.
7 damage. Okay, you run up, smash in the face. He lets out a cry of pain. He's the shield on his clean suit cracks, and you can see Kreider's face through the debris. His eye,
This
of course,
fucking guy.
swollen and bleeding. Move, attack. Any other actions?
She's gonna be like, why are there so many of you? And that's it.
Valgorth.
Am I next, really?
Yeah.
You rolled that bad on the bad guys' initiatives?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, these aren't very important bad guys.
Oh, okay. So let's scroll back from my level 3 spells to well, let's just which one do I have that's a burst? Do I have a burst one? Oh, there it is. A burst. I forget. They're not holding weapons, are they?
Everyone here seems to have a sidearm, if that's what you're asking.
So everyone in here has small arms then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move into the room. One creature, so we're level 9. I will target. How many? Are there more than 9 guys?
There are 3 of them.
Oh, it's just 3.
It's just 3 researchers.
Okay. Well, I'll target the 3 researchers, and they all need to give me a will save.
Will save. I got a 25.
He's good.
A natural 1 and a 14.
So the one guy's fine. Will negates. The other 2 guys, all of their training with their small arms is gone. So when they go to use them, they'll be at a -4.
Okay.
I have made them incompetent with small arms
All right.
for 9 rounds. And then I'll drop prone.
Okay. Your go, Essex.
Get him. Then shoot.
You're hyping yourself up a little and then shoot.
Remind us what the
And-
get 'em does.
+1 hit.
Nice.
Yep.
For just you, all of us.
No, for everybody.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna get him.
On which one?
The one mahogany attack. So I take it a 16 does not hit.
16 for EAC.
Yeah.
That will hit actually.
Okay.
Just hit.
Then let's see. 18 points of damage.
All right, you finish that guy off. He goes flying backwards.
Go get the other one.
Guys, 2 are left.
I will target the closest one to me. Quick draw my gun first.
Sure.
Target the closest one to me.
Sure.
And when I've got his attention, I will roll a stealth check of 28 to render the other one flat-footed. Does a 28 beat his level +20?
But it does, yeah.
Okay. Then he is flat-footed against my 23 to hit. EAC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that hits. Sorry.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's pretty good. 27 damage to that guy. The farthest one. Not the one that we Skeet can get to easily, but the further
Gotcha.
one.
How much damage did you say? Sorry.
27.
27. All right. Fairly consistent numbers there for just first hits on these guys. It's the 2 remaining surges go. They draw their weapons and fire.
I'm not sure which one of those have saved or not. Just
The one who was saved is dead.
You don't know that.
Trying to make it easy on you.
yeah. So the other 2 that are left just get -4s because they've forgotten how to use small
You
arms
know.
competently.
It's super easy, right?
All right, so one of them has a 0 to hit. Then, no, I'm kidding. One attempts to shoot a Weepskeep. I only got a 14 to hit, which doesn't. The other one, I fire off with a 15 plus 8, 23 to hit.
Also for Weepskeep?
Yeah, also for Weepskeep.
Also for no.
EAC. Okay. All right.
I imagine you're the closest threat as you just punched one of their friends to death.
Mm-hmm. And I'll do it again.
Now,
You
just
should go. Time to do it again.
All right. Moving up to the next closest one. And another 32 to hit.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. And since this is Pathfinder 2, all of a sudden, it's a critical.
29 damage.
59 damage. All right. Still up, but looking bad. How does your go, Valgorth? Once again.
I will snipe from a prone position if I can get a clear line on one of the two.
You get a clear line on the one she is not engaged with.
And then I'll shoot that one.
The one that you might be able to take out.
Yeah. If a 27 hits its KC, and I believe it does.
It does.
20 damage.
20 damage. Yes, indeed.
And then I'll use my move action to reload.
All right, that guy falls down. He was the one at the desk, one of the control panels trying to get reports. He falls down, slumps, and hits his head hard on the panel. The volume comes up, and you guys, why do you ask? What's going on? Status report. What's that sound? And
It's a lizard shitting all over the place.
Yes, it's your go.
Yoking.
So what we got left?
Just one fighting weave ski.
All right, I'm gonna I'm not gonna get him again. I'm gonna actually shoot twice.
Alrighty.
All right, first attack.
With his silence gun.
No, it ain't silent. It's just loud as shit.
I know, I was trying to game the system.
A 16 to hit on the first attack.
16 hit on the first attack.
EAC.
It does.
Okay. I'll have to go ahead and do the damage on that one. 12 plus 9, 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. You put this guy down in the first shot. They all fall down at your feet, bleeding out. One of them groans pitifully, groping at his chest for something. You're guessing trying to find some kind of communicator, but it's far too late.
Use mother shot to kill him then.
Okay. you put one in him for good measure, and he stops moving.
I'll rush over to the microphone and I'll say, negative, we just had a small weapons malfunction. No damage, no harm.
The silence you get back is telling. You're guessing that there's some sort of special call sign you're supposed to use.
I shoot it. Boring
Okay.
conversation anyway.
Can I get access to the computer?
Well, not from that panel. You're gonna have to go further into the facility.
Okay.
It was a joke. That was a Star Wars reference, and you know
I know,
it.
but nope. It happened. Fuck you.
Can I say something real quick? Kreider. Am I wrong in assuming that he is kind of like what's the guy's name? Albert Wesker from Resident Evil.
I don't know what that is.
The Resident Evil movies. You remember the Resident Evil movies?
I mean, I remember the first one.
He's the blonde-haired guy.
He was also in the video games.
I've never played the video games. I don't like zombie games.
I'm with
Never
you.
mind.
I can see it.
Is that
Alright.
is? I mean, that's how I'm picturing him.
But Jeff's not responding because he's mad that we figured him out.
Well,
I got the
Here's
Kreiders mixed up.
I was about to say, but wait, Jeff has nothing to do with Kreider's design.
as you walk through the facility, it becomes very clear what's going on, what they're making here. You find basic, some tanks with like little more than basic robotic parts, encompassing an artificial positronic brain and stem that looks like they're growing these clones around. You also find, or rather, you see in the distance that there are older parts of the facility where the Kreiders are full robots with synthetic skin on them. As you move down toward another working panel, which you find, you stop in front of what appears to be the largest bank of computer panels, but also it's in the oldest part of this facility, where it looks like the robots originally began being manufactured. There's like some repurposed robot manufacturing machinery that has been used as mounts and things like that, and you get the impression that this is basically where they produced a lot of like the very basic robots that you saw around town. And then you find like some parts lying about that have just like very rubbery skin, but you find a head that is in the same basic mold of the Kreider body. These parts are very old.
Look for the computers.
All right.
Would that be a convincing Kreider mask?
Convincing from a distance? Maybe. Up close? Probably not.
I'll try it on.
While they're doing that, I'm going to cast Identify and then try to hack the computer.
All right. Give it a go.
All right. All right. Let's see. That is 19, 29 plus 18. 29 plus 18.
29 plus 18, that's quite a lot.
47.
You were able to hack the computer, but it feels like you just barely were able to do it. The security here is incredibly tight, but in conjunction with your natural skill and magic, you are able to get in. What are you looking for?
See if I can subvert and find out. Yeah, pretty much get an idea of what's going on here, and then see if we can subvert the system, can control if this depositronic brains of the Kreiders, see if we can disable them or subvert their programming.
Repurpose them.
Correct.
It's a Kreider coup.
I will also mention this to, what's her name? Andy.
All right. Andy comes over and begins looking over the data with you. And here's what you both learned. This is going to be kind of an info dump. So,
dump that info. Yoke it.
Here goes. What you discover is, what you're facing down here is a computerized defense system for the throne world. Kreider is basically initially started off as an archive program on the original Presleskinar throne world. You find out that it is basically the remnants of that throne world after a solar flare basically wiped out that entire planet except for the incredibly shielded parts. So parts of the old palace and the old facilities were alive, but not the parts that were able to keep on file the right records they would need to clone the emperor. Basically, all their genetic data banks were fried in the explosion, which they barely escaped from with their lives. This new Presleskinar throne world is at a safe distance from a planet and is orbiting a fairly young star that is very unlikely to start having those kind of ruptures. But the long and short of it is, there is a protocol in the archive program that basically kicks in whenever there's a succession crisis, which goes through and identifies the possible heirs on record. However, there are no heirs on record, and a succession crisis would basically trigger an empire-wide war between all the other noble houses, because it will be impossible to hide. Everything is automated. Kreider hasn't much of a choice itself once the succession crisis is triggered. So he's basically been artificially extending the Emperor's lifespan until he could find what he needed. What he needed was, of course, the genetic material you guys found in that colony ship. Or the colony planet. That is basically the whole motive that this robotic entity has for doing everything it's done. Like, you also, but you see that it launches agents. It looks like all of them are physically based on its original programmer from maybe over 1,000 years ago. So there was probably a real Kreider at one point, but he has been dead for centuries. And up until very recently, i.e. when you guys arrived, the only living people on this planet was, well, from a technical standpoint, according to Imperial law, just the Emperor. The Kreider robots and the Kreider androids, they don't count. Which is not something that bothers them, obviously. Here's what you discover about what you can do within the system. You see that the Kreider androids are mostly autonomous. They are still programmed to be loyal to the main central computer. Most of the Kreider units here on the planet, however, are basically drones on the lower end, and the smarter ones that you guys shot up in here were some of the autonomous ones that stuck around because they needed them to be able to think more
fluidly.
Yeah. Basically, this computer has basically been refashioning its own AI over and over again for centuries to make it a more effective agent for itself. However, that has cost it control over portions of itself. That's why every Kreider you seem to have met reacts to you guys seemingly differently. Some of them openly hostile, some of them nonchalantly, some of them looking to deal, some of them looking to kill. You've been up against several Kreiders that might be in contact but aren't necessarily the same android.
So they don't share a consciousness.
They basically are satellites of the main AI. Mm-hmm. And once they come back, they can upload their information. They can become part of the consciousness, and basically get a refresh. But a bunch of Kreiders that are almost individuals are out there in space, or currently landing on the planet, converging on the palace. You can gain control of probably the low-level ones, the ones that have more basic function, like the security guards and things like that. You can repurpose them. You're guessing it probably won't last terribly long till the AI reasserts control, but you probably can, if you booby trap it well enough. Probably at least buy yourself a half an hour.
Is there any way to insert the fact that we have the new genetic code, a person that's qualified to be the Emperor with us, and that we could then trigger the transfer of leadership over to him?
Well,
since that's what the computer's been looking for.
Well, to do that, you find out that if you research that as quick as you can, you find out that you're going to have to get either the current Emperor to abdicate or die before that even becomes an option.
Okay.
Let's go put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
Because he's being artificially, his lifespan is being artificially prolonged.
Did anybody else get serious Foundation vibes? Like Brother Day from Foundation? That artificially increased lifespan scenario. They do it differently in that show, but...
Oh, they have that in that?
Mm-hmm.
Have you not seen or read Foundation?
I've read Foundation, but I didn't get anything like that going on.
The Emperor is like he's It's what is it? It's Brother Day,
Dawn, day, and
Dawn,
night,
Day, and Night,
right?
where they're all the same person but at different ages. And when Night is retired to death, then they awaken a new dawn, and they all step up, but it's the same recycled consciousness of the Emperor over and over and over again.
It's the same DNA. Yeah.
In the books, Cleon is just a normal guy.
Oh,
who is just like in the Imperial line. He's just sort of like a normal human guy who's like, a rich twit.
the show does that, which I think is a really cool concept, because it's how they can jump forward, hundreds of years sometimes in the story and still have the same actors, because they're still
clones.
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
It's pretty good.
It's
I
good.
liked it.
But anyway.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to go off on the train. I was like, I think you pulled it from that show, because it's a really, really fucking cool concept.
I had no
and
idea.
Kind of terrifying.
It is. It does sound bad.
Set booby trap the system.
All right, give me a computer to check to see if first you need to set your orders. What are you setting your orders to before you break away from this?
To, I guess, prevent anybody new from the system, including other outside sources.
All right.
So, I mean, that would be anyone that's not already hooked up to the main computer system.
Sure. Oh, okay. So, you want to keep the other Criders out.
Yes. And
what orders for the drones, basically?
To prevent anybody to not bother us, and to prevent anybody else from interfering.
All right. You establish a quick clearance code for yourself for them, and then put them on high alert to any other person.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll for your check the AI needs to make to get through.
Tell them to go out there and kill.
Nice.
18, 43.
All right. You finish that up, and you see that as soon as you do, the whole screen goes dark, as if you've been noticed in a big way. A lot of the machinery begins to fry and zap, as if it was trying to cut off the terminal before you could do much more. But unfortunately for it, you're ahead of the curve here. You look around the facilities and check. You don't have a map. Oh, actually, no. From here, you were able to upload a complete map, and you see something that you find interesting on the map, and that is an experimental armory.
Okay. We'll mark that on the map and with a big S for us to go to.
All right. Essex mentions the experimental armory and begins heading that way, I guess. And let's pause for a moment. Station identification. Actually, not really. I'm saying this out loud to Toker, who is editing.
WNBC.
Editing Toker, you're cut out the next part because it's going to be very boring. Guys, I need basically get on whatever.
I could just stop recording.
Well, I mean, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you on the flippity flop.
Right.
That floppity flip.
Anybody else?
Yeah, flopping and flipping.
All right. Let's here's Terrence's secret conversation.